guys, welcome along to our Monday Night Rumble on Rumble TV. Tonight we've got our Sportscar PRO AM series, round 6 from the Gilles Villeneuve circuit, Canada. Boys are currently down doing their TCRs are out on track at the moment doing their qualifying. They had practice a little while ago, which on a wet track, so head down shortly, see whether the track has dried out in time for the TCR qualifying. They'll be out on track for 10 minutes, followed by the GT4 boys. Up the SDK software now. Hopefully that'll kick in shortly. Go. So it's telling us the track is still lightly wet. Boys should be on a qualifying lap now. We head down and see it's actually out on track tonight. Up on Kyle Ridley, so the track is still a little bit damp, but the sun is now out, which is good. Will have a bit of an effect on qualifying times, no doubt. Let's wait for some times to come up on the ticker, and we can see Darren Linus has set a time of 2 minutes 0.8 at the moment to sit at the top. Ben Singer is about 3.5 tenths further back. I think Kyle is about to cross the line now. Kyle Ridley. Let's see what sort of time Kyle puts in. He's a 1:59.8, so Kyle goes to the top at the moment. Anyway, we've got some purple sectors for a couple of the other boys. As I said, the track will be drying out, so probably going to have to stay out there for all 10 minutes tonight. I hope that they get a track dry enough to set a good time. A couple of boys been off track. Our message board, so conditions are still pretty tricky out there at this stage. They've just ticked over the 5.5 minute mark. They've got about 4.5 minutes of qualifying left, so probably time for a couple more laps. Pick up on Ben Singer, the Honda. Couple of new cameras tonight, so hopefully they'll be working. See, we've got the front splitter cam. Got that available on all the cars. We ride on board with Dave Gogol now. Coming down to the Waller Champions, into the long back straight. It's a massive slowdown if you get it wrong through this part of the track, so the boys will be keen to make sure that doesn't happen. As Anthony Connors now jumps to the top, quickly eclipsed by Kyle again. Kyle goes about half a second quicker that time around. Track is definitely coming to these boys. Zero rain at the moment, and it's telling us that the track is lightly wet. Track temp of currently 15 degrees. There should be a dry line starting to appear for when the GT4 boys get out there very shortly. This is Darren Linus. Yeah, Audi. Right on board with Dazza. A lot of gear changes in the little TCRs around this particular track. Darren comes around to complete another lap. He's currently down in 4th spot. See if this lap improves his time. Nope, managed stays in that 4th spot. We're just going to have to bring up our... Oh, there we go. Hammer around a little bit. It's about a minute to go, so I think if the boys have started a flying lap, they'll get the opportunity to finish that one. I don't know that there'll be time to start another. As Ben Singer now has moved up into 2nd. They're fairly tight at the... well, it's tight right across the whole field, actually, those times. We're on some good racing as we get underway with our 2 30-minute races tonight. Fairly decent field in again tonight. Might be just over the 30 cars again. Catch up with John Thorne, who's just managed to, I think, cross the line. No, John's decided to... not sure if he's going to get this lap in or not. As you can see, the GT4 boys are now out on track. Out on their warm-up lap. John pulls over to the side now. Jack Boyd, our current GT4 Pro leader, as Kyle Ridley is to really cement his spot. That is far and away the quickest lap. Puts him just over a second clear now of Ben Singer. Jack Boyd commences his first lap. Bring up our class display top there so we can see who's setting the times. Track's still a bit damp. Going to make it for... I think there's a 2-hour gap between qualifying and race 1, so hopefully the track will be completely dry by the time we get to race 1, but it is a very low ambient. As we can see, track temp's only 15 degrees. Strong winds though, so if we get a bit of sun, may just dry the track out enough before race 1 kicks in. Yeah, go back and find Bill Paradiso, KP Tech Porsche. Look at that, perfect timing. We get the KP Tech sticker up on the top right hand side showing Phil's sponsor of our league. Has been pretty much since day 1. Always good to see our sponsors out having a run. Waiting for some times to come up. See, we got some purple sectors as Neville Mell sets the first quick time. Jack Boyd is around about. Damien Seeger now jumps straight up into second spot in the McLaren. So we've got McLaren 1-2 at the moment. Then it's Jack in a Aston Martin, Loshi in a Porsche, Cam Edwards in the Aston as well. Down in GT4 AM class, it's all Porsches. Andrew Cash, Keith Logan, who jumped out of the McLaren last week, signed a deal with Porsche for the remainder of the season. So see how Keithy goes tonight. We've got Tony S, Josh Woolley, who's right up there battling for championship at the moment with Andrew Cash and Chris Blanchard, who I don't believe is with us tonight. I haven't seen Chris join, so as that's Cam Edwards just got it a little bit wrong there. Others have managed to avoid him. Go and find Damo in the McLaren. Boys have just starting to head up towards the halfway mark of their 10-minute session. See, track's still a fair bit of spray coming up from the track, so it's still relatively damp at this stage. Damo keeps telling me he doesn't like the wet, but based on the times, I know as Jack just now jumps to the top and Loshi goes to second. So if Damo holds down that second spot, rethink the rain, but the other boys are starting to get used to the track conditions now. Where the other Boyd, as in Glenn is, he's out there somewhere. There he is. Jump on board with Glenn. This is as Moz now goes to the top in a McLaren with a 1:53.3. It's around about 4/10 quicker than Jack at this stage. Loshi back in third, about 3.5 tenths further back. You can hear Glenn very gentle on the throttle application. Glenn's currently down in 6th position. It's gotten a little bit hot there to that chicane. Spray coming up now from the car in front. It's not actually raining. We can see some blue sky, some white fluffy clouds. So hopefully, as I said, this will all disappear for the race. But there's nothing like putting up a challenge before everybody gets out underway. And while Neville Mell now has jumped to the top, it's ever changing there at the top of the leaderboard, especially in the pro class. It looks like Andrew Cash has just got the edge over Keithy Logan and Tony S at this stage in the Porsches. Scotty Baker up into 4th. The AM class. It's Rob McGrath in the Mercedes down in 5th. Joshua Woolley just in 6th at this stage. Plus Phil gets it very crossed up out of through that chicane, on the exit of that chicane. He's still a little bit slippery out there. got around about 2 minutes left. So time for, depending where you're at on track, there might be time for 1 or possibly 2 laps as have a bit of a drag race happening between Loshi and Damo. Go back and find Tony Roffey, currently down in 10th, the Porsche. Looking to try and improve over the last just under a minute to go, so I think get over the start-finish line, but I'm not sure whether he'll get another lap in. There's too much more movement now. I think most of the boys are done and dusted. I'll got to send a message over to our race director, so I shall be back very, very shortly. Sorry about that little indiscretion. G's on the line. It says he can't make it tonight. Understand, G. I know you've got a fair bit going on at home at the moment, so good luck with all of that. Hopefully luck starts to go your way sometime soon. So the boys are now just starting to grid up for their outlap behind the safety car. So let's see if we can quickly get a grid up for our race 1. Okay, so it's Neville Mel out of 1, Jack Boyd out of 2, Moz Moroz will be out of 3, then it's Loshi, followed by Andrew Cash, first of our AM boys out of 5, then Glenn Boyd, Henry Fenson, Damien Seeger, Paul Pittam out of 9, Shane Roffey out of 10, Craig Roffey out of 11, then it's Keithy Logan in 12, over the page. It's Robert McGrath, Tony S, Scotty Baker, Matt Tesorio, Peter Ferraro, Josh Woolley, and Phil Paradiso, Tony Roffey, Cam Edwards, Benji Mitchell, Lucas Baker, Kyle Ridley, the first of our TCR boys, will be down in 24. 25, it'll be Nick Clydesdale, then Ben Singer, then Anthony Connors, Darren Linus, Stephen Baker, Ray Harrison, Dean Logsdale, Dave Gogol, John Thorne, Campbell Hutton, Glenn Hill, and Andrew Roberts round out our field of 36 drivers. However, some of those GT4 boys will be moved forward during the parade lap so that the TCRs can establish around about 2-second gap further back. So the GT4 boys that didn't set a qualifying time will be moving up now. As we just wait for the pace car. I think the TCR boys are going to try something a little bit different tonight and actually start single file. Boys are holding 80 Ks. Damo says he loves the wet. He tells lies too, by the way. As pace car is off. We're just waiting on green light, and there we go. The GT4s are off and racing. Jack Boyd got the inside for this turn. That's Neville Mell up on the outside, who's jumped ahead. I think Jack's going to pull in behind. As hopefully everybody makes it through on the opening lap. Jack's putting Neville under some pressure early. So we can bring up our dashboard tonight, see what sort of speed these boys are capable of. Looks like Andrew Cash has managed to hold on to that lead. Oh, we've got a crasher back in TCR. This is like dog style. Dean's gone up the inside. Ray's come around and just wiped the nose. Like there's too much damage. Got some more crashes further back in our GT4, back in the AM class. This is Lucas Baker and Benji Mitchell, so not sure what's happened here. Oh, Lucas has tagged the back of Benji. So this track takes a lot of patience. We've got another crasher. This is Tony S. What's happened to Tony? We've got somebody blinking there up ahead. I think Tony's just looped it, managed to hold on to it and get it back up and running. So we might jump back and see if we can find Kyle. Where's Kyle Ridley? It's Kyle. Like oh, we got a few more crashes. People trying to sort themselves out early in the race. Kyle's got a bit of a lead of Ben Singer at the moment of around about 3 seconds. He's right on the back of some of these GT4 cars. TCR is actually quite quick around here, so not quite sure how Kyle was going to deal with this. It's Benji Mitchell just ahead of him. Hopefully, as they sort themselves out, there will be a bit of a gap form a bit later in the race as we head back up the front, and it's still Jack Boyd. He's now managed to get about a 2-second gap. Back to Neville. Looks like Loshy's jumped up to third. Then it's Moz. Go back and find Moz. Terrorising the back of Loshy. jump on board our splitter cam for the first time tonight. Meanwhile, back in GT AM, Cashy's now got around a 6-second lead over Keithy Logan. As we watch the Porsche get a bit of airtime, a bit slow out of the Wall of Champions. That's given Moz a bit of a run. Well, we've got cars coming out of the pits. I think that was Ant Connors, who's made sure that he didn't get in the way of this battle up the front. Well, back with Craig Roffey, who's hunting down Damo. That's Damo just ahead of him. So we can see the sun on the track now. If we completely dry, track temp's gone up 4 degrees to 19 at this stage. Boys will need to pit sometime during this race for fuel. None of the cars will have enough fuel to make it home. Craig Roffey in the Merc. That's a TCR car just ahead. Oh, we've got another crasher further back. This is Darren Linus. What's happened to Darren? Oh, he's just outbraked himself. Easy to do in the little TCR cars. They're a bit of a handful to drive. As Keithy Logan, looked like Craig might have just tapped the wall there on that corner exit. Keithy is currently 9th outright, up 3 spots. And 2nd outright in our AM class at this stage. Well, this is a battle. This is it's got Shannon. Oh, there's taps all over the place there. It was a little bit of a hip and shoulder, trying to get a bit of room. They're still at it, the boys. Not sure what's going on here. Gloves are certainly off. Looks like the boys are doing their pit stops now, getting them out of the way. We're watching Shannon hurry with Benji Mitchell just ahead of him. Paul Pittam in behind. That's Paul there. He's the first of the boys that have actually pitted this race. As we head back up the front, and it's now Neville Mill leading. I'm not sure what happened there. Not sure what happened to Jack. But Neville's now found the lead. SLM Gaming Keefe says go Kyle. Kyle is doing really well at the moment. He's opened up quite a bit of a he's done his pit stop now, so should see him go head back towards the front once the other boys complete their pit stops. But we head back up the front and see Neville's still leading at this stage. Jack's not far behind though. I've managed to find where Neville got past, so it's going to go back. Jack must have made no disrespect to Nev, but it's happened to Jack. He's just run it. I don't know. I don't know whether Jack's had an issue or he's playing cat and mouse. Meanwhile, Moz has got through on Loshi. So we're on lap 8. Not quite half race distance yet. In a fairly hectic pace right from the outset. Doesn't look like any of our pro guys have actually pitted yet. I think they've all pretty much stayed out. It's Scotty Baker. A lonely race for Scotty at the moment. He's jumped up 4 spots. Just behind him is Cam Edwards, who's up 9. Coming up behind Ant Connors in the TCR, I believe that is. Get the overtake done at the hairpin. Behind Cam is this is Stephen Barker, who is up 15 spots. Some of these might be exaggerated a little bit with the moving forward for the GT4 boys over the TCR guys, but nevertheless they're still out there racing, and as far as we can see, they haven't been involved in any incidents, so they should be able to gain a few spots as everybody now up the front dives for the pits, except for, of course, Moz, who stays out, as Moz normally does. Moz likes to do things differently to everyone else. G says starting on wets. I don't know that anyone actually started on wets, G. I think they all started on dries. Okay, that might have been why we saw a little bit of carnage in the early few laps. I think a few boys might have just found that track still a little bit slippery. Expecting Moz to pit this time around. She does. Jumps into the pits now. Go back and find our currently second and third. This is Jack and Neville. Jump on the front splitter of Jack Boyd. See the flames out of the back of the McLaren as it gets a bit of air through the wall of champions. It's Moz coming out of the pits. Oh, it's a drag race between the McLarens. I think Moz has managed to do it. I hope he hasn't underfueled. On board the splitter of Nev's McLaren as he's following Moz. Well, we got some couple of crashes further back. Have a look and see what's happened to Phil Paradiso firstly. Oh, Phil's just looped it on his own. And Paul Pittam has also had an off somewhere. Paul's done it himself. Oh, that's a massive hit into the wall. Oh, I think that's got some bent steering. That's certainly not going to buff out. Yeah, head back live. Just in time to see Nev trying to make a run up the inside. Oh, it's run it very hot. I think he's managed to get it done though. As I think that's Campbell Hunt in the TCR car that's gone. I'm just out of here. I don't blame him. Moz manages to hold on. He's going to get squeezed. Whoa. I think Jack Boyd was looking for a way through on Moz there as well, and he managed to get it done. We're on board with Jack. The roof cam. So that's Neville ahead of Jack, and that's Loshi and Moz directly behind. So it's all going on. That's our top four runners at the moment. So we're heading up to 20-minute mark of our 30-minute race. Oh, getting plenty. Oh, Jack rubs it up against the wall. This is a ding-dong battle at the front. It's a very hard track to to actually overtake on as well. So those are all pretty evenly matched in a straight line. Oh, Henry! No! Henry's just informed us he got taken out by a power surge. Has it done a lot of damage, Henry, or are you able to salvage anything? That's no good. Mick Polly's enjoying the GT4 battle up the front. Just, not racing tonight. Apparently, rumour has it that he's in a bit of a dispute with the team boss, Keithy Logan, over some pay issues. I've may have heard on the grapevine that Keithy's trying to reduce the boys' payments from a 6-pack down to a 4-pack. I don't think the drivers are all that happy with that, from my understanding. Mick's decided to sit tonight out. Show of his unhappiness at Keithy's latest pay offer. Sure, what's happening here at the Neville's still leading. Moz is now second. Loshy's jumped to third. What's happened to Jack? Oh, Jack's gone off track. Sorry about that. I was missed that. So what's happened to Jack? Oh, it's a slower car that's got in Jack's way, and he's been tapped. Oh dear. That's not going to please young Jack at all, but he's got a fairly substantial lead in the championship, so he can afford to have a couple of off nights, and I'm sure he'll work his way back. He's now in behind his old man. So if there's any red mist, I think Glenn's about to wear it. Have now got a gap over second place Moz. Who's that that's just come out of the pits? Hopefully they move out the way. Meanwhile, it's still Andrew Cash is leading our GT AM class by around just over 3 seconds back to Keithy Logan, who still holds down that second spot. Joshua Woolley's gathering some valuable points back in third. Keep his championship well and truly alive. And down in our TCR, it's Kyle now. It's got around about a 10.5 second gap. Back to Ben Singer, currently second. Dave Gogol, great drive from Dave, up in third at the moment. Coming under a bit of pressure from Dean Logsdale. This is Glenn and Jack. Jack's managed to get by Glenn now. So Jack takes it right out to the wall again. Got quite a bit of slower traffic to deal with now. It's just not going to make it easy for young Jack to get back up the front. That's Andrew Roberts just ahead of Glenn at this stage. Andrew moves out of the way. As Jack and now Glenn trying to get their way past Phil Paradiso. I'm trusting that there's blue flags out there. But just under 5 minutes to go. Looks like Kashi may have either been caught up in some traffic, but Keithy has managed to close that gap significantly down on Kashi. It's down under 2 seconds. Got enough time to make a difference. See visually now the gap has come right down. May just be slower traffic that's holding these boys up. So, headlights are flashing. She's just letting one of Keithy's boys know that he means business. Hasn't got time to hang around tonight. Meanwhile, Keithy's teammate, Scotty Baker, is hunting down Josh Woolley. He's got Shane Roffey in behind him. Southern Cross boys love to take a double podium in race one. Scotty's got a bit of work to do. About 2.5 minutes remaining. The dust ahead. That might have someone might have just run a little bit wide. It looks like there was a broken car there on the side. That might have been Benji Mitchell by the looks of it. Oh, Scotty's now right up alongside. Oh, I know Benji's still out there, so. It's going to get interesting at the end of this straight. Oh, too wide through the wall of champions. Managed to get the move done. These boys are all racing. There's no rules regarding classes this season. We tried it for a couple of seasons and the boys wanted to just have open slather as we duck back up and have a look at Jack, who's now hunting down Loshi for that third spot. Sure how long there is to go. We'll stick with Neville for the time being. We see in the background there, already desperately trying to get that move done. Might look for our flag man this time around and see what he's telling us. Jack Boyd is putting all sorts of pressure on Loshy. Loshy gets a better drive out of that corner. It looks like Josh Woolley has now managed to open that gap as Andrew Cash sets the quickest time down in the AM class that time around. Stick with this battle for the time being. So we're over the time, so I'm not sure if this is the white flag lap or not. iRacing seems to have a problem with telling us when the white flag is out. So jump back up with Nev in a minute and just see what as Jack's wipers come on. Track temp's gone up to 21 degrees now, so certainly has warmed up since the start of this race. So we're back with Nev down that long back straight. Moss just hasn't been able to close that gap. Comes through the wall of champions. And that's the checkered flag. So it is Nev that manages to hold on. Loshy will grab third from young Jack. So we'll go back and find Kashi. Looks like he's got he's held on for the win there in the AM class over Keithy Logan, who put a fair bit of pressure on there towards the end. And there's Kyle. So they're just finishing this lap off. Kyle's got a massive lead over Ben Singer. Dave Gogol's still holding on for that third spot. Kyle's just going to tuck in behind these GT4 boys. I need to try and get any passes done. The results are now up. We'll have some official results very shortly. In the meantime, we boys have got a little bit of a warm-up around about 6 minutes. So while they're doing their warm-up, we'll take a quick break and be back very shortly. Hey boys, welcome back. Warm-up's just about to conclude, so boys will be gritting up for race 2 very, very shortly. Bring up a grid, which is also going to be the results, obviously, from race 1. So we can see it'll be Nev Mel out of 1, then Moz Moroz, Wayne Losh, Jack Boyd, Glenn Boyd, Damo, Craig Roffey, Andrew Cash, Keith Logan, Joshua Woolley, Shane Roffey, Scotty Baker, Paul Pittham, Cam Edwards, Matt Tesorio, Tony S., Tony Roffey, Nick Clydesdale, Lucas Baker, Stephen Barker, then Kyle Ridley out of 21 in the TCR, then Shannon Curry, Ben Singer, Phil Paradiso, Dave Gogol, Dean Logsdale, Rob McGrath, John Thorne, Ray Harrison, Anthony Connors, Campbell Hutton, Benji Mitchell, Darren Linus, Andrew Roberts, Peter Ferraro, and Henry Fenson, who I'm not sure if Henry got back. He had a power surge, so hopefully we'll see Henry back, but I'm not sure at this stage. As the boys are setting off on their parade lap behind the safety car. Bring all our info back up. Track temp is now down to 19 degrees. It's later in the day, obviously. So bring up our dashboard. Boys are supposed to maintain around 80 k's an hour, so this will be interesting. I don't know that we've got the speed gun on them tonight. Safety car peels off through the wall of champions. I don't know what Benji Mitchell was doing back there, but I think he's jumped the start. That's going to cost him. That's the case. Have a look at that, I think. The jump back to the TCRs. Were starting their lap. They started in single file, so no issues with their start. Oh, that's a massive. Not sure who that was. That was massive. Let's see what happened here. So that's the first part of it. Quite a few cars involved in that. Boys heading back to the pits, I would imagine. Neville currently leads. Jack Boyd's putting some pressure on Moz already. I think Jack will be keen to get back up the front. Meanwhile, Damo has jumped up a couple of spots. Loshy has dropped a couple. It's like a bit of an incident further back. This is Andrew Cash and Cashy's gone around there. It looks like it's really in the piece. It's just they're all peeling off one after the other. So Scotty Baker Scotty's looped it all by himself. That's putting Matt Tesserero. Oh, it's all happening. Oh, we've got a blocked track. There is cars as the TCR boys try to make their way through. That is a mess. I think there's a few boys going to get their wrists smacked over this one. Look, a few of the TCR boys might have got caught up in that. Oh, this is Ray and Ant Connors. Oh, whoa. Connors has come back across the track. Oh dear. It's bit of a mess, this race too, as we head back up the front. Jack Boyd is now moved up into second. Got through on Moz and set the fastest lap time in the process. We're still crashing further back. Wow. Go back and have a look. This is Tony S. What's happened to Tony? He's had a very eventful night tonight. Tony, caught up in a few Bingles. It's, oh, he's got no rear wing. Oh, who is that? You can't be backing back across the track. Oh, no. Oh, there's a few boys are going to need a swift talking to after this one. Wow. Okay, let's get back to some racing. This is on board with Moz, in behind Jack and Neb. While Loshi is tucked himself in behind Glenn Boyd. Front, the battle rages. I think Jack might have had a bit of a slowdown there. Oz sets the quickest time that time around, and he's putting a bit of pressure on young Jack. Well, it's like things may have settled down just a little bit. Probably one of the most hectic starts to a race we've ever seen. It's, Moz, it's a bit of pressure on young Jack. Ev's got just under a second lead now. Go back and see if we can find Kyle. Ben's managed to stick with Kyle this time around. We're on lap 5. Someone out in the weeds there. I think that might have been Scotty Baker. Was it one of the TCR boys? Sure. Track temp is still currently at 19 degrees. Oh, a lot of air there for Kyle. Throwing that little TCR well and truly around the place. Jump back and see if we can find Josh Woolley has managed to grab the lead. He's got Keithy Logan all over the back of him though. Put out a few little issues at the moment with seem to have lost a little bit of our SDK. Not sure what's going on here. Not recording anything at the moment, so not really sure what's happening out there. I had this happen before. We'll just try and work our way through it. Josh now heads into the pits. Meanwhile, back up the front, our three leaders, nose to tail. We've had a bit of a mishap there somewhere. Apologies for that. our screens are still working, so that's the main thing. Looks like Loshi is the first to have pitted in the pro class, and Josh Woolley likewise in our AM class. Just do a quick refresh and see if I can get hopefully SDK will come back up again very shortly as the boys now pit. There we go, we're back up. But all of the boys have pitted pretty much at the same time. Loshi obviously has already pitted, so he's still out there. See if he can grab any spots while boys are in the pits. It looks like Moz has grabbed the lead out of the pits. He's obviously stationary less time than the other boys, but whether that's enough fuel, who knows, as they come up on the back of Tony S, I think that is, in the Porsche. What do we got? We're just crossed over the halfway mark of this second race. Whoa! Jack come out of there very hot that time. He's clouded the wall. Hopefully that hasn't given him too much damage. Well, Ben Singer is currently leading our TCR class. Ben's now into the pit, so if that means that Kyle regained that lead while Ben is pitted. With Kyle for a lap or so. Oh, yeah, so there's Ben. Kyle pitted a lap before, so gap is around about 3 seconds now. Ben's managed to get about 3/10 back on this lap. Head back and look at our AM battle. Josh Woolley got around about a 5.5 second lead over Paul Pittam at this stage. Keithy Logan is back in third. Castrol Merck's got a few scrapes down the side of it. Like Josh has been testing the wall. I guess would be Wall of Champions. As we head back up the front, time run over by Moz and Jack. Damo's now moved up into third. Just making their way through some slower traffic. About 10 minutes left in this one. Wonder if Jack is just biding his time at this stage. Neville Mel's dropped right back down in 8th stage. Coming up on some lap traffic. Not sure who that is ahead of Moz at this stage. It looks like might be Pete Ferreira, you boys. Whoa, Jack slides it right out to the wall. Certainly having some fun. Moz looks at, well, as the move on. Yes, Pete does a great job of letting the boys through there. Well, I think Amo's got about a 1.5 second lead over just makes his way past one of the TCR cars. The McLaren barking as he goes down through the gears. Well, further back we've got two Roffey brothers nose to tail, currently 6th and 7th. Things have certainly settled down a little bit this time around. Paul Pittam sets the fastest lap time in GT AM that time around. Currently in second. Keithy Logan about a second and a half further back behind him. Meanwhile, the battle up the front still rages on. Jack going to look to get this move done sometime soon. It looks like the battle for third is well and truly on as well. Right on board with Glenn Boyd. Up behind the McLaren as it spits out some flames, heading into the wall of champions. McLaren certainly gets out of there in a bit of a hurry. Tyres are just starting to go off a little bit on lap 15. Oh, Glenn came in very hot there. Might have cost him a little bit of time. Slower car up ahead. Come up to the chicane. I think they might be okay. Oh, Damo's got that all wrong. Glenn's got the run. Oh, Damo's going to hold it tight on the inside. Oh, he's run Boydie a bit wide. It's going to be a drag race down to the wall of champions. Single file through the wall of champions. So Loshi just coming through in fifth spot at the moment. Meanwhile, up the front, Jack's now managed to grab that spot off of Moz. See from the other classes, Kyle Ridley currently has he's maintained that 3-second gap back to Ben Singer. Meanwhile, it's about the same in GT4 AM. Josh Woolley still has that margin over Keithy Logan stage. Moz looks to try and put a bit of pressure on Jack. Oh, that's that was Benji Mitchell that got that all wrong. Might be a couple of laps left to go. Stage. this will be the last lap. Well, Damo's still putting pressure on Glenn there. Roshi's a bit further back. Got a bit of a gap over Craig Roffey. Well, it looks like Paul Pittam is putting a bit of pressure on. I just say that he's dropped back a little bit. Might have had a slowdown. But head back up the front as it's on. Oz is certainly throwing everything he's got at Jack this time around. Jack's gone defensive. Oz going to try, but he might have tried the over and under, but they've got some, oh, Jack just moves right across the track. This is just like F1. It's a drag race. I think Jack's got the inside running though. Oz, I think, conceded that one, so it will be Jack that should get the checkered flag over Moz. Waiting for Glenn and Damo to come through. Oh, Glenn hits the wall hard. Loshy's under pressure. I think Loshy might have got a slowdown there. Not sure. Wait for the official results on that one. Meanwhile, Joshua Woolley comes over the line for the win in TCR over Keithy Logan. A couple of seconds tonight. Well done, Keithy. Paul Pittam will get home for third, it looks like, in that race. And meanwhile, back in our TCRs, looks like Kyle's going to hold on again. Got around about that 2.5 second gap that he's maintained since the pit stop. So well done to Kyle. Grabs another double tonight in the TCRs. It's a great drive from Ben Singer. Been away for a few weeks, come back and grabs another second place, so well done to Ben as well. All right, we should have some official results up very shortly, and we'll also have some driver interviews. Head over to our here. Is that Mr. Boyd?
What can I say?
Oh, you managed to grab a podium.
Yeah, I think Damo was a bit kind because, yeah, we had a little bit of blue flag drama, and I reckon I may have lost my wing or something, but he had heaps of car, and, yeah, don't know. I ended up where I was.
It's not a bad result, though. You'd be happy with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I am. The car is a bit of a struggle. It's the Porsche seems to be fast in the tow, but when you're out by yourself, it's a bit of a pig and doesn't handle that well. So it's, yeah, it was. I'm glad. I thought either Loshy or me would be sort of top 3 most of the or top 4, but yeah, it's good to get there though.
It the Porsche is a bit of an anomaly at the moment, isn't it? It's one of those cars that it was always sort of a little bit behind, and then it's come good, but now it seems to be back in the pack again.
Yeah, I think for me it seems to be the tracks. Sometimes I sort of know from previous seasons if you're in the Porsche, you know where you'll be competitive and when you won't. And I think history says here I don't think we've ever been overly competitive, but look, it was okay. But yeah, I felt it was at its best when you're in a pack racing. But it was always going to be a bit of a struggle to pass the car, or like even if I got to Damo, could I actually pass him? I didn't think so, but few little mistakes creep in here and there, and before you know it, you're in.
My children were interrupting me while I was racing, and that's my excuse. I said, "Wait, they've come in, they tried to shut the door, and I was like, it's too hot, leave it open." And then they're talking to me. I said, it's the only podium I'm going to have all season, and they laughed and walked off, and I hit the wall. And that's why he passed me, buddy.
Oh, no. Well, I feel bad for you because, to be honest with you, I thought to myself, Damo's probably due for a podium, and even if I get there, I'm probably not going to push it because he's got a quick car, and I'd have to almost wreck him to get past. So I was happy with my fourth anyway. But yeah.
And then he just wrecked himself. We all had a giggle about it.
Hilarious.
Just so you know, Boydie, somebody may have mentioned during the warm-up period that they were just going to be number one in race 2. So please don't feel bad by keeping him off a podium, because sometimes his ambitions well outweighs abilities.
Far out supersede reality.
Yeah.
No, I think his driving tonight was pretty damn good. I'd look at the relative, and I wasn't really catching him that much. And it was only a little bit here, a little bit there, and it only took a little bit of lap traffic to lose a few tenths here, lose a few tenths there. And yeah, but I had to, you couldn't really miss an apex on that track. And as you know, it's easy to run wide, hit a wall, get a slow down, and yeah, but that was all right.
It was good.
Oh, Kyle, Mr. Ridley.
Hello.
The double. You're becoming a bit of a consistent at getting these race wins, aren't you?
Yeah, getting there. Tonight was actually quite fun. This is a track that I've had 3 league races in the last week. Like, we had that Wednesday race, and I had a Wednesday morning race, so I was pretty dialed into the track. So especially when the rain came, it gave me a little bit of an advantage with the amount of laps I've done. Got myself pole and race 1 win. Race 2 was a lot harder with the traffic and Singer actually keeping me honest. So it was a good night all in all.
Oh, it was quite a good battle there, especially in race 2 between you and Ben. Is that Ben that's joined us, or who's? I know that
Benjamin is here.
I know. Don't know. I can't see the first name in the page, but just something Singer. And yeah, he was doing pretty good in race 2.
Yeah, that was Ben. Who else have we got here? Just our normal crowd, Moz.
Hello.
That was a really fierce battle in race 2 there with you and young Jack.
Yeah, well, McLaren can't turn corners much, but in chicanes it's an absolute missile, so you got to take your chances when you can get them. Unfortunately, if we gave Jack a wheelbarrow, flattened his tyres, and made him start from the pits, it'd still probably win it. But I had a go.
Oh, I thought especially in that race 2, you didn't concede at all. I thought you might have had a late dive there on the last lap, but not to beat.
Yeah, it was good. It was good racing, as always with Jack. And he leaves your room, he races you hard. A couple of taps here and there, he's good.
And who else have we got with us? Loshy.
Just an invader tonight. Don't deserve being here, so just sort of.
Oh, you always deserve to. Didn't you get a podium in race 1?
Oh yeah, I did sneak in for a third because someone took Jack out, so I'll take him when I can get him.
It's the only way you're going to get past Jack, isn't it?
Although he did spend a lap and a half behind me, so I managed to block the crap out of him for a lap and a half to get the podium, so I was happy with that.
And Damo just missed out.
Yeah, look, I did. I did feel, I said to the boys that this McLaren feels really switched on, and it did. I felt like I was pulling good laps, but my son's last day at school tomorrow, and he's got people here, and they're doing stuff in the background, and they decided to disrupt me. So it's all excuses for me.
I've sent my kids over too.
And he's there, my kids are here. It's crazy, and they're trying to shut the door, and it's about 80 degrees in this room. I'm like, leave the door open, and yeah, you know how it goes. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Great night. Boydie did really well, and he absolutely deserves it. We copped a little bit of bad luck on that second to last lap, I think it was, and I don't know about you, Boydie, but I think I saw that coming from a mile away.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I thought, he'll be right. He's got it. Nah, he didn't have it. Man, it was wiggling all over the joint, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a trash car, but you deserved it nonetheless. But yeah, just I think there's a little bit. I mean, we've got a lot of new people in the league, particularly this round. So we've just got to probably reiterate the old blue flag and sort of when to lay off and why we lay off, all those sorts of things. But apart from that, it was a pretty good night of racing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, race 2, I don't know what it is in race 2. Maybe we have to. Nev's just sent us a message saying that he forgot to turn the fuel on in race 2. That'll do it, Nev. You're going to take over from Damo if you keep that sort of stuff up.
I'll give him some lessons.
Poor Nev, he finally got the tyres right, and now he's got a fuel thing.
Yeah, he was in P1 as well.
He was quick tonight. He was real fast.
Yeah, so that's what happened to Nev. And Mr. Singer, Ben Singer, has sent a message saying, "Damn, Kyle is too quick."
He is.
There you go, Kyle. You're starting to have people giving people nightmares.
A little bit of a target. Sorry, I should say I feel like there's a target on my back now.
There is we've got Benji AM18 in the chat.
Hey
as well. I'm not
guys,
too
how are
sure.
ya? I thought I'd just quickly jump in and say apologies for that last bit. I was trying to get a broken car home, and I think I collected you, Damo, in the process. Apologies, my friend.
Is this all right? Is this Ben? What was the surname? Sorry,
Mitchell.
Mitchell. Lucky we didn't say anything bad, boys.
Oh man, look, I thought I'd jump in, try chase you boys up, man. That was my fault. Apologies. You know, I know how much of a chaos that can be trying to get things home, but it didn't mean to wreck your race if that's what happened.
No dramas, man. It's all good.
No.
We live and learn. I think that's the life
Yeah,
experience. Mate. Yep.
God, yeah, next time I'm just going to pull over and I didn't realise I could stop and go back to the pit. So all learning, it's part of the curve. But yeah, apologies, my friend.
No dramas at all. It is, yeah, you can actually exit out. If you pull aside, exit out, it'll tell you. But also as well, if you got a couple of fast cars come behind, it's sort of good to maybe pull aside on the straights and just let them pass. You know, you're not going to win or lose. You know.
Yeah,
but it's all part of the learning. Well done, mate. Otherwise,
No. All good, boys. Look forward to the next one. And mate, it just it gets faster and faster each week. You guys are veterans at this.
Yeah. We're old, you're saying?
Young at heart, mate. Young at heart. That's all that matters. Yeah. All right, lads. I just thought I'd drop by, but thanks again for having us, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, mate.
All right, thanks, Benji.
No rest.
All right, Kyle. Any shout outs to anyone in particular?
Yeah, I just want to, as always, thank you and your boys for the work you do. Always goes well noticed. Want to thank my team SLM just for giving me company during these races. But that's it, man. And all the sponsors that you have on board, give them a big thanks.
No worries. And Mr. Boyd.
Yeah, just a shout out to the Rumble Garage family for making the Monday nights always pretty damn good and enjoyable, like it was tonight. Like I said, even with wrecked cars and things going on, I still get off with a bit of a smile. So, thanks to everyone, Damo and all the boys. It was good fun, and as always, a shout out to the number one fan.
No worries. And Moz, any shout outs?
Yep. Sponsors, KP Tech, Palmer's, the rest. I really should have them up. I sound a lot more professional, although I'm not professional. I'm a pretend racer, so it's okay. That was good. Thanks to yourself, Greg, putting up the broadcast, and just everyone working around the clock. And when I say around the clock, mainly Damo with the kids, race directing. Don't.
He's feeling guilty because he's got his kids in my house. That's all it is.
Now that you've mentioned that, Moz, if there's anybody out there on the broadcast that has kids that drive them crazy on a Monday night, just flick me a PM and I'll give you Damo's phone number. His babysitting service is second to none, so I've heard. So, by all means, if
Nobody would send their kids here if they heard what I was yelling at.
if you want to palm your kids off, apparently Damo is the man to talk to. Damo, anyone you want to?
Not the kids. Good night, Raisin. Thanks, everybody. It is a learning curve. That's something we've learned tonight. We will teach them, though, and we'll just keep on powering through. That's just what we do.
And finally, while he's here, Loshi, anyone you want to send a shout out to?
Just get along to rumbleracing.com.au where you can see our sponsors, BIM's Truck Drafting Service, Carriage and Son Property Maintenance, KP Tech, Stitched Up, and Palmer's The Nature Review.
That's a one-up.
Just bringing a level of professionalism along to the broadcast.
I'm going to mute him.
Thank you, gents.
Thanks, Loshi. On that note, I think we might call tonight done and dusted. So until we're back on air Wednesday night this week, we're at Daytona for another marathon race event. So if you've got nothing on Wednesday night, make sure you join our broadcast at 6:30. Other than that, we shall be back at 6:30 next Monday night for the second of our Enduros this season, which is also from Daytona. So until then, stay safe, and we'll catch you all again either Wednesday or Monday. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.